When he killed your mom. Why did you hear about 12 times within, watch many times?
To make sure she was dead.
You get rid of that shirt.
It had pieces of my mother's brain stuck to it.
On the evening of August 10th, 2012, at only 15 years old, Zachary Everett Davis hit his mother in the head with a sledgehammer, almost 8 to 15 times. Just when you think that the evil would stop there, Zachary attempted to burn the house down while his older brother was still inside. This is the interrogation video of Zachary Davis, where detectives are trying to figure out why he did what he did.
That your father had passed away.
Yes, sir.
How did he pass away?
He died from Garrett's disease.
Pretty rough on you, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
You didn't marry him?
Yes, sir.
I was told that he bothered you. That you were upset about your dad. Is that not true?
Yes, sir.
So it is true?
Yes, sir.
Zachary's father, Chris, died of Lou Gehrig's disease in 2009. Zachary, who was only 9 at the time, was an already quiet boy who had a history of mental illness. His father's death, even though he claims did not affect him, certainly did. Following this, the family, now Melanie and her 2 sons, Josh and Zach, moved to Sumner County. When he was 11, he began displaying strange behavior that prompted Melanie to seek medical help for her son.
You wanted for anything as far as having problems with thinking about things or anything?
I saw he was there. Sure, I wasn't a very long direction of time.
What was that about? Who wanted to see a therapist?
My mother.
She did. Okay, somebody just a couple times while you saw him. How long ago was that?
A year that I know.
You know what year that was?
2008, I think.
What were the reasons that your mama wanted you to go there?
She never told me.
He was diagnosed with depressive disorder and psychosis. But at some point later on, for some reasons unknown, Melanie stopped his treatment.
I went to your house today, and I just kind of like you to kind of tell us what happened.
I killed my mom in her sleep with a sledgehammer.
Is there a reason why you did that?
Yes, sir.
Well, can you tell me what?
Yes, sir.
You can't tell me why?
Yes, sir.
Is it a reason you don't know why you did it, or you just don't want to tell?
I do know why I did that. Just nothing not tell.
Okay. You do know why you did it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you set the house on fire too?
I tried to. I don't know if it actually got the whole house on fire now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it did down in the little bit, I think, but not bad or anything. Have you been having problems with your mom?
Yes, sir.
Clearly, you can see his lack of emotion. This is very odd, as he had just murdered his mother in the most brutal of ways. You would think that the relationship with his mother was too toxic and that is why he killed her. But that was not the case. Text messages between the two showed a perfectly normal relationship.
What kind of floor? If you were just one person in the room?
I don't mind having 2 people there.
Okay. Sure.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, like I told you in your rights, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to. It's very important, though, that something like this that happens, there's usually a reason for it. And, that's what we want to know, if there's a reason. This is your time to tell us, why that happened.
I'd rather not, sir.
Okay.
On that day, the day that tragedy would befall this family, Melanie and her 2 sons went to see a movie together. It was a perfectly normal day, but no one knew what evil Zachary was planning. His brother Josh was told to recount that day.
That doing when you get home?
I think she's playing Xbox. We kind of keep to ourselves, I guess.
Okay, so you and Zach don't have a good relationship?
Well, no, we do. It's just like I don't know, like he just kind of, stays to himself. He's kind of a quiet person, I guess.
Have you been having any problems?
He's always been kind of like quiet, I guess odd.
Josh's lack of concern or emotion is also quite odd, considering what just happened a few hours earlier. But this may also mean that he might still be in shock.
You talk to people on the phone. Who do you talk to? Do you have friends you chat with or anything like that?
No, sir. I usually only talk to my mother and my brother and my son.
So you don't have any friends other than your mother and your brother that you talk to?
No, sir.
Zach was an outcast among his peers. He often spoke in a monotone voice and wore the same hoodie every day. After watching the movie, the family went directly home. So what happened on the night of August 10th, 2012?
And tonight that was any different than the way he normally acts?
I mean, no. It's not long for a little while, and then
Remember about what time that was?
that was right around 9, probably. That was right when I said goodnight. She went to sleep, and then I went upstairs and was in my room.
So you talked to her for a few minutes?
Yes, ma'am. She was working out when I went in there, so I worked out with her for a minute.
What was she doing? And you said she's working out. What was she working out?
Like, play good stuff.
You get home and your mom goes to bed at 9. Where are you and what are you doing in the house? Are you in the house?
I was in my room already planning everything.
You were in your bedroom or in the room where the fire was started?
The room where the fire was started.
What do you call that room?
We call it game room.
Game room? So you're in the game room planning everything?
Yes, sir.
All right. And how long does it take you to plan that?
Only a few minutes, but I waited for several hours to make sure everybody in the house was asleep.
How did you make sure they were asleep?
I just waited and then checked on them.
Just checked on them, opened the door, looked at them.
Yes, sir. I killed her at around 11 p.m., I think. And I think she went to sleep at around 9 o'clock.
Okay. When you killed her, what about your brother lives there with you too, right? That's the only person who lives with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you do anything to him?
No, sir. I was kind of expecting the fire to kill him.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Zachary did not just start the fire so as to destroy the evidence of him killing his mother, but he had also hoped that the fire would kill his brother as well. Just when you think that the evil would end there, Zach had locked Melanie's door shut so as to prevent Josh from going in and trying to save her. But even if Josh had made his way into Melanie's room, there is nothing he could have done as she was already dead.
I woke up around, I'm not sure what time the thing was going off. And, at first I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a sound in my room. Then I figured I was a fire alarm. I was running around, and I was looking for my brother upstairs in his room. He wasn't in there, and I saw the fire was started in there. So I ran downstairs to get my mom, and the door was locked. So I had to kick the door in to get in there. And then I threw her on the bed.
What did you do then?
I just went outside the house and called 911 and went and got my neighbor's shot. Where'd you get the sledgehammer at?
My gosh.
And what about how did you kind of set the fire?
First I tried to drag along upstairs and get to the fuel tank in the room, but I couldn't get it in, so I just poured a bottle of whiskey on the floor and lit it on fire.
A bottle of whiskey?
Yeah, Yes, sir.
Okay. And was that before or after you hit your mom?
After.
After, okay. How many times did you hit her with the sledgehammer?
I don't know.
I mean, any estimation?
I'd say at least
12 times. Where did you hit her at on her body?
around the head area.
Okay, was she sleeping at the time or?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did she wake up and say anything to you?
No, sir. I put my fingers on her neck to try to pulse and make sure she was dead.
Did you touch her anywhere else?
No, sir.
Have you thought about touching her anywhere else?
No, sir.
In the bedroom, at any time did you touch your mom? When you went in that room?
No, I don't think so. Like, I kinda, no.
He witnessed the altercation.
Like, I ran in and because then I saw her. I started freaking out. When you left, what were your plans at that point?
I haven't thought about it.
I mean, when did you think about doing this? I mean, when did this pop into your head as far as killing your mom?
7 years ago.
Had you told anybody about it?
No, sir.
So, with this, I mean, thinking about this, was your mom just bad to you, or
No, sir.
pretty good mom? Was she a pretty good mom, or?
She wasn't very good mom. No, she wasn't very good. I don't know.
And as far, I mean, you didn't have any plans on where you're heading to, or how, evidently you were trying to escape and trying to get away from police. You don't remember where you're trying to go to.
No, sir.
You had a backpack, so you had left, you were just gonna walk and just try and get out of the area.
Yes, sir.
Investigators found other evidence, including a knife found at the scene.
Why is the knife outside?
I was trying to put it into my backpack, and when the fire alarm started, and I just ran off.
What were you going to use that knife for?
Same thing I used the sledgehammer.
Who were you going to use the knife on?
No specific person.
Were you looking to kill someone else tonight?
Only if they got in my way.
What do you mean by that?
If they tried to stop me from escaping.
After doing the unthinkable, Zach went to a convenience store so as to buy a Pepsi.
So the lady at Thornton's who sold you the Pepsi, she was never in any danger.
No, sir.
But the officer that arrested you could have potentially been in danger if you were of the mind.
I guess, but it would be kind of much considering he had a gun, and I just had a knife and a hammer.
What if he didn't have a gun and he tried to stop you?
I wouldn't attack him unless I was provoked by him.
Were you provoked by your brother?
No, sir.
Were you provoked by your mother?
No, sir.
After retrieving the sledgehammer, there was a code on it and an alphabetic key that the police recovered as well. The code translates to ZD Requiem, with ZD seeming to mean Zachary Everett Davis and Requiem, which means a mass for the dead. This is all just a theory.
I mean, is there any problems between you and him, or him and your mom, or did they have any disagreements, or, I mean, was there anything
Like, I think they would argue.
other than normal parents?
Not that I know of.
Josh describes the relationship between Zach and their mother as normal, yet Zach had just brutally killed their mother in her sleep.
That's serious. I mean, Zach, it's kind of serious thing to think about killing your mom. You didn't try and talk to anybody about this?
No, sir.
Why not? I mean, wouldn't it not bother you? Or
Yes, sir.
did it bother you?
No, sir.
Oh, did it bother you? Have you ever hurt anybody before?
No, sir. Well, I mean, how did you feel when you killed your mom? I didn't do with the sledgehammer after you hit her with it. I just waited in the laundry room. Why did you hit her about 12 times with it? Why so many times? To make sure she was dead.
Officers told Zach to demonstrate how he had killed his mother.
Kind of like that, basically. So you right-handed? Yes, sir.
Stand back up. Is that blood on your pants right there? In the front, right where your crotch is.
Oh, no, that's dirty.
Did you change clothes?
Blood, though.
Oh, okay. And is that your mother's blood?
Yes, sir.
Are those the same shoes you were wearing?
Yes, sir.
Those are the same pants you were wearing?
Yes, sir.
That's the same shirt you were wearing?
No, sir.
Where's the shirt you were wearing?
I threw it away.
Why'd you get rid of that shirt?
It had pieces of my mother's brain stuck to it.
On 9th August, the previous day, Zach was reading a book, Misery by Stephen King. In the movie adaptation of the book, one of the characters uses a sledgehammer.
In the Misery book, one of the characters uses a sledgehammer. Am I correct in that?
Yes, sir.
You sure you didn't get any of your thought process from that book?
Yes, sir.
So, so do you think, so you're saying that's strictly coincidence?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't draw any kind of thought process from the book Misery as to how you killed your mother?
No, sir. Zach, we've been doing this a long time, and I mean, sledgehammer is a very unusual weapon to kill somebody with. So that's why he and I are asking that question, why a sledgehammer? I wonder if he was denying it, but I was working at that in this vital area. Did you have any other type of weapons in the house that you thought about using? Something about using a claw hammer. A claw hammer? Yes, sir. I mean, you don't remember feeling anything? Did you cry? No, sir. Were you screaming when you were hitting her? No, sir. Did you say anything to her before you hit her? No, sir.
Zach still shows no emotion, from the way he hit her, to also the determination he had to end his mother's life, and the option he had of choosing the knife to thinking that he might miss a vital area, to thinking of how he also had the option of using a claw hammer. This all shows how determined he was to end his mother's life.
Did you love your mother? Somewhat. You say somewhat, I mean, you know, is there anything she's ever did to you that you hate her for? No, sir.
When asked if he still felt like killing Josh, his reply was,
Yes.
You're not going to tell me why?
No, sir.
I'm really curious as to why. I mean, you said that he was the only confidant you had. You didn't talk to anybody else. Why would you want to get rid of the only person that you confide in and talk to?
I don't know.
Well, you said you don't want to tell me, so you do know. There's a difference in wanting to tell me and not knowing. You just told me you didn't want to tell me, so you do know why you want to kill your brother and you killed your mother. I would just like for you to share that with me.
I'd rather not, sir.
But you will admit that you know why you did it.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this. Do you always talk like you're talking to us now?
Yes, sir.
So if I talk to someone that knows you or a teacher, they're going to say, this is your demeanor. This is how you talk.
Most likely.
And so you're always monotone and robotic when you talk.
Yes, sir.
detectives also asked Josh the same question.
Has he always been talking that monotone voice? Like quiet? He's kind of quiet and, you know, his voice don't go up or down. It's just like a flat monotone voice. Is that the way you normally talk? All the way? When did he start talking that way?
It's always been mental hair, remember? Really? Yeah.
When asked whether he laughs, his response was as disturbing as this whole interrogation.
Laugh? Sometimes. What makes you laugh? Various things, various things.
Give me an example.
Well, I was laughing myself when I killed my mother.
You were what?
I was laughing when I killed my mother.
You were laughing? Why were you laughing?
I don't know.
Were you laughing your ass off at that time?
Yes, sir.
You laughing your ass off when you killed your mother?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. We went over this a while ago. You know why that you wanted to kill your mom. You just don't want to tell me.
No, I actually don't know why I was laughing.
Well, was it a sense of accomplishment?
No, sir.
Do you laugh when you read the horror books?
No, sir.
Did you laugh today or yesterday when you read Misery?
No, sir.
Do you see do you see why it would be difficult for me to understand why that would be funny?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people said it's just highly unusual for a 15-year-old to take a sledgehammer and be laughing his ass off and hit her in the head with it 12 times. What do you think?
I don't have any more information to give to you.
You can't think of any reason whatsoever?
No, sir.
As the interrogation continues, Zachary makes an allegation against a family member claiming that he had assaulted him. When asked if he had told Melanie, he said yes, but he claims that she did not believe him. There is no evidence to back this accusation.
How long ago? How long you been in Tennessee?
Since 2008, I think, or 2007. I don't really remember the exact date.
Did you tell your mom about it?
Yes, sir.
What she did?
She didn't believe me.
Didn't believe you? How did he look at you after that?
No, sir.
Just that one time is when he did it?
Yes, sir.
And
How old would you have been then? Did you hold any ill will towards him for that?
Yes, sir.
And the conversation you had with your mother about that, can you tell us about that?
She thought it was my imagination.
Did she ever talk to him?
Not that I know of.
Did he never mentioned anything?
No, sir.
Why did he stop doing it?
I stopped bathing her.
You stopped bathing,
Yes, sir.
and he stopped, and that made him stop.
Yes, sir.
when you mean stop bathing, you mean you stop taking baths and showers altogether?
Yes, sir.
So how did you clean yourself?
I didn't.
You haven't cleaned yourself since 2008?
I have inconsistent intervals, but it's not very common.
Okay.
There's always a reason. There's always a story. And just because it's your story and we're sitting here today doesn't make it any less important to us. It's important to us to find out what the truth is. We would like to deal with that, but we want to hear your side of it. We want to know what happened. Why did, obviously upset you. But your mom didn't do anything. You know why it took this long for you to act out?
No, sir.
So you just boiled and boiled and boiled? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Would you admit any certain thing tonight that would have set that off and made you think about doing this? I mean, anything particular that happened of all nights, since 2008 to 2012 now, of all nights since then that you would have did this?
No, sir.
What should happen if somebody did what you did?
I don't know. I guess whatever is necessary.
Whatever is necessary, but I mean, what do you feel? I mean, what do you feel? I mean, if somebody was to do this to you, what
what should happen to them?
I don't think it would really matter. Because if you give them the death sentence, they'll die, and if you give them a life sentence, they'll die in prison anyway. So in the end, it doesn't really matter.
So, did you think about the consequences when you did this? What can happen to you?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me about that?
No, sir. I'd rather not, sir.
I mean, I'm talking about, do you think if you get caught by the police, and do you think that was a possibility?
Yes, sir.
And if you got caught by the police, what do you think would happen to you?
Well, since I only killed one person, I shouldn't get the life sentence. But I don't know how it works here.
Despite showing no emotion throughout the whole interrogation, the detectives asked Zach a few more questions, one of which made him show some emotion in the most sinister of ways.
People who your eyebrows?
I don't know.
You've been doing it all morning. Do you do that? Is that a habit, or is that something that you're just starting to do?
I guess it's a habit. I've never really noticed.
You never really noticed?
No, sir.
Nobody's ever said anything to you about it?
No, sir.
Why'd you giggle?
It's
Look, I mean, you don't know that you do that right there?
no, sir.
Okay. I'm not picking on you, I'm just... It looks kind of evil when you do that, I'm gonna have to say. I think you know you're doing it. And you're smiling about it, so I think you're pretty aware of what you're doing.
No, I didn't realize I was doing it.
Yeah, you did.
Dr. Phil interviewed Zach, and his motive for killing her had changed from the first one. He said that he had killed her because he was not taking care of his family. In the interview, he describes that he could hear wet thumping sound as he hit his mother.
Got a sledgehammer in one hand, and you open that door, what's going through your head at that moment?
My mind was pretty much blank.
And when you swung that hammer the first time, did you swing it hard?
Mm-hmm.
Did she make a noise?
I could just hear the hammer hitting her head.
And what did it sound like?
There was this wet thumping sound.
In court, he changed his story completely yet again and said that his brother had done it and that he was only covering up for him. Judge D. David said, "You became evil. Mr. Davis, you went to the dark side. It's that plain and simple." Zachary was sentenced to 71 years in prison with eligibility of parole after 51 years. Zachary's paternal grandmother believes that Melanie failed to get Zach the help he needed, and Melanie paid for that mistake with her life.